Hey y'all, welcome back to Cat's Curls with your girl Cat. If you are new to my channel, a big welcome to you. Please make sure to subscribe so you can see all my future content. Like this video so that I know what you're watching. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. If you are coming back, if you are a faithful curl friend, hey y'all, thanks for coming back. But yeah, so this video I will be telling you all about my Saint Lucia trip and all the dirty deets, literally dirty, and all the fun that I had. It was literally the most amazing trip that I've had in a very long time. This was for my 25th birthday, so I definitely brought in my 25th the right way, and I have no regrets at all. So if you have never been to a carnival, this is all I can tell you, because I was a beginner for carnival. So I'm going to tell you, if you're going to be a beginner, if you're thinking about going next year, everything that you need to know about Saint Lucia Carnival. All the different carnivals are a little different, but I mean, they all have basically the same skeletons, if you would say. But let's get into it. How did I know that I wanted to go to Saint Lucia Carnival for my birthday? Well, I really didn't. It was a spur of the moment. Not really spur of the moment, but someone else was going and I just hopped on their trip basically. So my coworker, who is my girlfriend, she told me that she was going with a group of her girlfriends to St. Lucia. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Well, when are y'all going? And she's like, oh, July 13th through 17th. I was like, that's my birthday weekend. I was like, what's going on there? She's like, oh, carnival. And I was like, I'm going. And she's like, okay. So yes, I was that person. I jumped on her trip and invited a friend. So I was like, hey, yeah, Britt, go ahead, tell your friends that I'm coming and I'm going to bring a friend. But see if they're okay with it first, because I wanted to make sure that everyone was happy whenever we showed up and I was just turning up for my birthday. They were cool with it. They're like, okay, cool, less money for us to each pay on the Airbnb. Come on, everyone's just cool, let's have a good time. So that's how I ended up knowing to go to St. Lucia for Carnival. I had no idea. I've never been to a carnival before. I've seen it on Instagram and Facebook, you know, with Rihanna looking all nice and beautiful at her carnival in Barbados, but I never even thought to go. And it just literally fell in my lap and I stole it, basically. So costumes. Costumes you can buy from afar, basically. So they each have different, each band has different groups within the bands, and they have different costume groups within each band. So there's several different bands that participate in Carnival. The band that we decided to participate in was called Legends. It was a blast. I will have a video of their little promo video at the end of this video so you can just see how lit it was. But anyway, so we were part of Legends band. Each band, like I said, has subgroups and within the band that have different costumes. So you go to, they each have Instagram pages. You go to the Instagram page, link in their bio for their website, and you just basically choose whichever costume you want. So each costume either has a front of the line version or a back of the line version. The front of the line version is more dramatic than the back of the line, but it's also more expensive. And everything that comes included with your costume is the costume, unlimited food for that day, unlimited drinks for that day, and I'm not just talking about water, and some little goodies that they give you whenever you pick up your costume. So that's how I decided to pay for my costume. They also let you pay off with the payment plan, which was super awesome for me since I just joined the group last minute. That was a plus, but we communicated via email and everything went pretty smooth. So I know a lot of people were like, do you really trust that? Because you're paying these people all this money for this costume and they're in a completely different country. They could just literally not make your costume and you just lost all your money. Yeah, that did come through my head a couple of times, but their communication was so well that it really made me ease my concerns. The most expensive part of that trip was the plane ticket, because it was very expensive. The costume was expensive, but it was understandably expensive because not only did that pay your way into the actual carnival, the parade, it paid for that extravagant costume, unlimited food, unlimited drinks, and unlimited fun, honestly. So I would definitely say the costume price was worth it in the end, because either you were a part of the band or you weren't in the parade at all, or you were in someone else's band whose costumes were not as cute as ours. So that's how the costumes came about. Said we stayed in an Airbnb, a beautiful Airbnb. It was amazing. The only downfall to the Airbnb was that, well, it's not really a downfall because I'm not that bougie, but I did not realize that there was going to be no AC in these houses. I mean, if I would have really thought about it, I would not have been surprised, but I didn't even think about it. So whenever I walked in, I was expecting to have that sigh of relief from like the AC of the house, and did not have it. So I was just like, is the AC off or do we not have AC? And they were like, yeah, there's no AC. And I was like, okay, cool. I guess I'm ready to sweat all weekend. And that's exactly what I did. I would literally be putting my makeup on and be sweating it off as soon as I put it on. We had like a little floor fan, and so we would be putting our makeup on and like sit in front of the fan and let our foundation dry or let our sweat dry after we put our foundation, and then we would put on some blush and then sit in front of the fan, and then we put on our eyelashes and like sit in front of the fan for it to dry, just to make sure that we could get at least a cute picture or two before our face was melting off. That, and the fact that it was a very open concept Airbnb. It was gorgeous, but since there was no AC, there's also no glass on the windows. So the windows were just basically wooden shutters, and it was open to the outside, so you can just imagine what came in the house at night. We saw lizards, bugs, mosquitoes, tons of mosquitoes. That's another thing. The island, gorgeous. I would go there again in a heartbeat, but I would just bring more off spray, mosquito bracelets, anklets, necklace, whatever I need to do, because I got ate up the entire time I was there. I mean, I came back with mosquito bites all up my arms, all down my legs. I was walking through the airport on the way back with calamine lotion dots all over my skin, because I was like, I gotta get rid of these bites, they're killing me. Not only did I get bit by mosquitoes, but I got bit by a centipede. A centipede. I have never even heard of anyone getting bit by a centipede. Actually, one of the girls who is in the group that we were with, because this was a girls trip, it was amazing. One of the girls who was with us is Saint Lucian, and whenever she saw my bite, she was like, oh my gosh, Kat, that's so bad, that's so bad. She's like, that looks like a centipede bite. And I'm like, centipede? What? I didn't even know centipedes bit. You know, bite. I didn't know they had teeth to bite. So I was definitely, at that point, I got a little lightheaded and my skin got a little itchy just from the sound of the fact that there was a centipede chilling on my leg. Because not only did it bite my right leg, it bit my left leg too. And I have no idea how it got into the bed, because that's the only time it could have bit me, how it got into the bed and bit me, because all of our beds had mosquito nets around them, like mosquito canopy nets around them, for the simple fact that the house was just open to everything, which made me feel safe, because I was like, okay, mosquitoes can't get in, that means nothing else can get in. Dead wrong, because I got bit by a centipede. So I'm looking up on my phone all the side effects of centipede bites. It made me a little bit more lightheaded. It was like convulsions, I don't even know the rest, convulsions and more convulsions. That's the one thing that stuck out to me the most, was that I could have convulsions at any moment. And I'm like, I'm still ready to have fun. I don't have my insurance card with me, so make sure you bring an insurance card whenever you're going out of the country, because I didn't think about that, because I'm like, I'm out here to have a good time. What could possibly happen? Well, you can get bit by a centipede. So the first time I saw the bite, and I'm rubbing my arms and my legs, because we wake up in the morning with new mosquito bites every morning, at least like 10 more. And I don't know how, because we had a mosquito net around the bed, but that's besides the point. So I'm like rubbing my arms because I don't want to scratch them because they're itchy, and then I rub my leg and I feel something. And I'm like, that feels weird. So I look at my leg and dang near throw up in my mouth when I see it, because it looks so gross. It gives me goosebumps even thinking about it. It was the ugliest thing. And it was on my leg. So that made me feel even more. My skin literally just crawled off my body and went into my backpack, because it was gross. So I'm like, y'all, I have something on my leg and I have no idea what it is. Like, I'm freaking out. And of course, no one's taking me serious because we're on our way to go have fun. And they're like, yeah, Kat, you're so dramatic. What could it possibly be? The girl who was sitting next to me, one of the girls in our group, she looks at it, she goes, oh, it's spider bite. I'm like, spider? What kind of spider would do this to my leg? So I'm thinking, brown recluse. I'm like, are those even, and like, are they even supposed to be here? Brown recluse spiders? That's the first thing that goes to my mind. And I know a girl who got bit by a brown recluse and her like skin was gone. So I'm freaking out. And then the girl who is with us in the group, who's Saint Lucian, she looks at it and tells me it's a centipede bite. So I'm like, this is getting worse. I'm not asking anybody else what this is, because the next thing I know, it's gonna be a bear bite, a tiger bite, a snake bite. I don't know. It's only getting worse. Everyone that I ask. So just to confirm what the bite was, I asked one of the drivers, because we had the same drivers the entire time we were there. I asked him, I was like, hey, what kind of bite does this look like? He looks at it and he's like, yep, centipede bite. I'm like, I'm gonna die. He's like, yeah, just make sure you don't get a fever, and as soon as you get back to the States, go to the hospital. I'm like, man, my life just flashed before my eyes. I came down here to have a great 25th birthday, and I might only be making it to 25 because I got bit by a centipede. So besides the point, it was a beautiful house. We lived like queens. It was a very great view off the balcony. It had a pool. The balcony view was literally of the ocean and the beach. Great for my pictures, which I will be posting in this video for you to see. But great for my pictures. It was a great house, other than the no AC and the critters running everywhere. So we just made sure to keep our bags closed and to tuck in the mosquito net very tight at night and prayed on our way to our slumbers. Okay, so the money. The money, you want to make sure to bring as much cash with you as possible, because they will accept US dollars. They did accept US dollars, but they also would give you change in EC, which is their currency over there, their Saint Lucian currency. And there weren't many places that took debit and credit cards. So I was literally praying everywhere we went that we would find an ATM. We did find an ATM towards the end, but of course it charges you buku money in order just to get your own money. And it gives you money in EC. It doesn't give you in US money, but you can convert that on the way back from the airport. So that's not a problem, but just make sure if you're used to swiping your card to get what you need, don't rely on that. Make sure that you have cash money records representing from the 99 to the 2000. That's besides the point, but make sure you have money. Okay, the parties. When I tell you they know how to party, I am not lying. I have never partied that hard in my entire life, and I will do it again. Me and my best friend Cam, we were literally like, this is a suicide mission, but we're doing it anyway. It was insane. So the most memorable parties that we went to on my trip, there was this party called Juve or Mess. I am pretty sure that is the same party, because there's a lot of different parties that went on, and we went to almost all of them. But Juve started at 3 a.m. in the morning, and we went to a party before that. So we literally went from one party, went and changed for Juve, which is also called Mess. So we made sure to change into clothes we did not care to ever see again, because there's a reason they call it Mess. I guess every year they have a different theme that they do in order to make the party a mess. Last year it was chocolate syrup and sprinkles. This year, it was motor oil. I mean, the oil that you put in the motor of your car. That oil that you put in your car. That's what we threw all over our bodies, our hair, our clothes. And it was a freaking blast. Whenever we got there, it was dark. Whenever we left, It was 8 o'clock in the morning, so it was bright. The sun was up and shining and singing, birds was chirping. So we literally partied from darkness all the way until the sun came up and had a blast the entire time with motor oil covered all over our bodies, all over our clothes, everywhere. Danced the entire night away. And then we went home, took a quick nap, and started our day all over again. Okay, so the next big party that we went to was called Brazen. So this was a beach party, and this was the party that brought into my birthday. So Brazen started July 15th night, and of course we partied up until July 16th, which is my birthday, and it was a blast. It was on the beach. Everybody was in their bathing suits. Everybody was in the partying mood. No one was a party pooper. It was also a cooler party. So a cooler party meaning BYOB. So, you know, we were locked and loaded, and that was an amazing party. Carnival day, we were well rested because we did not go to that morning party that led into Carnival day. We ended up just going to sleep, calling it a night, so that we made sure we were well rested because we were rookies, basically. We were rookies, and we wanted to make sure that we had full endurance for whatever we were getting ourselves into. First day of Carnival, everyone gets their cutest because that's when your costumes are the freshest. So that's when you take your pictures that you want to post and stunt on the gram for. And that's what we did. So we got super cute, took our pictures before we left, and braced ourselves for an experience. So before we ended up getting to Carnival, I turned on my phone setting to count the amount of steps that we took so I can see what distance it was that we were walking, because literally all weekend I was like asking all the locals, like, how long is the Carnival route? Like, how long is it? And no one would answer my question. So this just led to the amount of fear that I had of whether or not we're going to be able to make it. We made it, and at the end I checked my phone and we ended up walking about 10 miles. 10 miles. And we weren't just walking. We were dancing the entire time. So you can imagine the way that our feet were dying. Our feet were dying. Our hips were dying. Our legs were dying. We were dying. We were done. We were donezos. We had a blast though. The food was great. The music was better. The people were amazing. It was definitely an experience that's going down in my books, top 5. But by the end of the route, all of us were like, we're not doing this tomorrow. We are not doing this. So we were like, okay, depending on how our feet feel the next morning, that'll determine whether or not we go to Carnival. And I just knew my feet were going to be dead by the time I woke up. And I woke up and I felt like I had not walked 10 miles the day before. So I was like, I guess we're doing Carnival day 2. And the girl who was in the group with us, who's Saint Lucia, and she's like, you have to do day 2. Day 2 is when everybody turns up. She's like, day 2, she's like, people skip day 1, but they definitely go to day 2. Day 2 is when the turn up happens. So we're like, you know what? We came all the way out here for Carnival. We have a whole nother day of unlimited food and unlimited drink. Might as well do it. And she was not lying. It was a blast. We were literally turned the entire time. I definitely had more fun day 2. I didn't look as cute, but I definitely had more fun day 2 than I had day 1, and I did not feel the pain of the walk that I did the day before. It was an entire blast. I would literally have to say, out of all the trips that I've taken thus far in my 25 years of living, this is definitely top 2, and it ain't number 2. Okay? This was a great trip. I will definitely encourage anyone who is young and able to do this, if your funds allow, and if they don't allow but you can still find a way to go, you need to go to at least one carnival in your life. It is a time, as they say. Please make sure to get a passport. You only live once. We're young. Make a way to make memories. You can always go to the club and spend money on clothes and spend money on purses, but experiences are literally priceless. If you have not tried it, or if you are interested in trying it, please make sure to do it. Put it on your bucket list, check it off while you're still young and your body's still is in the right places, everything's in the right place, make sure to go and do that. But really, no, not really, because there was a woman out there, she had to be in her 50s, 60s, somewhere in there, and she was having a blast, and she was hanging out and hanging in there better than what we were on our first day. But that's besides the point. Just make sure to live your life to the fullest and do not have any regrets. If you want to go, make sure to go. I am here to tell you as a then Carnival rookie that it is worth it. It is the hype. It's worth the hype. I have never seen so many beautiful women in my life. I've never seen so many people all in one place, all wanting to just have a blast and have a time, as they say. The music was great, the food was great, the people were so loving and so open and so willing to help and make sure that we had a great time in their country. And I will now say that I am no longer a Carnival rookie, and I will definitely be gone on another Carnival trip, and I will be taking y'all along with me next time. But I just wanted to make sure, since everyone has been asking me how my trip was and how did I get about going and how did I even want to go to a carnival, I just wanted to go ahead and put it in a video so that I can let y'all know what happened. And I will be showing y'all all the pictures, will be also posted in here, all the videos. And like I said, Legends is the band to go to if you are doing Saint Lucia Carnival. Make sure to go Legends. They have the best costume, the best hosts, the best food, the best drinks, and the most fun.
If you're whining, wine back on me. If you're whining, wine back on me. Don't play that, don't play that. Back on me, back on me, back on me, back on me, back on me. Me want see up, me want see up. Bumper, show me all your. Bumper, show me all your. Double M, bumper. Travis World say, when you come out proper, girl, you're looking good. I like your structure when you dance up on this stage. When you come up on display, don't play that, girl. Don't play that, girl. Don't play that. If you're whining, wine back on me properly. Don't play that, play that. Don't play that, girl. Say, don't play that. When you push back, girl. Me want see your bumper, bumper, bumper. Shake up with your bumper, bumper, bumper. Shake up with your bumper, bumper, bumper. Show me all your bumper, bumper. Yeah.
But if you liked this video, I have so much more to bring for y'all. Please make sure to subscribe. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by December, and it is now August. So August, September, October, November, December. I got 4 months, y'all. Help a sister out. Let's get these subscribers up. Please make sure to subscribe below. Hit the little bell. Tell them that you want notifications, so whenever I upload another video like this one, you will be in the know of when to go and watch it. But if y'all have any more questions, like I said, put that in the comments. And I think my story time is up. Bye, y'all.